We've got yet another episode in the ArchBANG Bootcamp, and I have had a lot of requests for this. You guys wanted to see Cinnamon being installed on our base install of ArchBANG, and we're going to do that right now on Spatry's Cup of Linux. Let's begin. For this exercise, you will need to follow the ArchBANG Bootcamp episodes or parts 1 through 7 to get your base install of ArchBANG Linux and enable Direct3D in part 7 if you're going to use this in a virtual machine or VirtualBox specifically. Okay, what I have done here is I have pulled up the ArchWiki on installing Cinnamon. The installation of Cinnamon is straightforward and simple, but it is just a little bit time consuming. It depends on the number of processors your computer has, which will determine the length of time it's going to take to install this. Okay, we have a list of commands here that we're going to need to issue, and there really isn't many. This is it for the documentation. It's pretty straightforward and easy. So let's go ahead and start. First, let's open up a terminal and ensure that we have the required dependencies installed. First, I'm running pacman-s base devel. You'll remember in a previous episode that, okay, we need to be super user here. You'll remember in a previous episode that we already installed the base devel packages, but we want to make sure that they're up to date. So, we'll make sure those are installed. Okay, it looks like it is already installed, so I don't have to install it. Next, we need to make sure that Git is installed. And you will see I already have this installed. You can see this through the net upgrade size, and it will also say reinstalling. If you do not have Git installed, you will need to press yes. Now that we have the dependencies installed, we can go ahead and start installing Cinnamon. Alright, and the first command is yawrt-s cinnamon. Now, I know some of you are using the Bridge Linux, which I reviewed the other day. If you wish to install Cinnamon on Bridge Linux, you're going to need to change Yawrt to Packer. So that would be Packer-S cinnamon. Alright, and what it's going to do is it's going to pull all of those files out of Git and compile it for us on the fly. This is going to take a while to do, so I'm going to pause the video while we're waiting for this. It's going to ask me if I would like to edit any package builds. I tested this before and it worked, so it is not necessary to do that. I'm going to press no to edit the package build, and you will see that there is a listing here from Yawrt. Now, I don't know how Pacman displays everything, but in Yawrt, the text in white means that you already have this package installed. The text in blue means that it is going to be installed from Arch's repositories, and yellow is an object that is going to be installed from the AUR, and it's also going to be compiled on the fly. So I'm going to go ahead and press no to edit the Cinnamon installer, but I will continue building Cinnamon. I'll pause this while it's installing, and we'll come back to add the extensions and the themes. Alright, I even had time to have lunch while I was waiting for all that to install. Okay, now, you may notice that a lot of GNOME 3 was installed with this thing. Because, well, Cinnamon is a fork of GNOME 3. Alright, so now, if you want to get the extensions and the themes, you're going to need to install those too. So let me go ahead and right-click copy, and right-click paste these lines in here and install them. The extensions are pretty quick. Of course, I'm running as root, and they recommend not running Yower as root, but I do it all the time, and that's okay. Okay, now let's get the themes. And let me tell you, they give you a good selection of themes with this, so you may want to install it. Unlike when I installed Cinnamon in Mint, either yesterday or the day before yesterday, and I did the review on Cinnamon. This gives you quite a nice little number of themes, anywhere between 12 to 15 of them. So we'll go ahead and let that install. Okay, so now that we have the extensions, the themes, Cinnamon installed, now it's recommending that we install GNOME. Now let me explain to you that in my test runs, and I did 2 of them, the first one failed, which prompted Part 7, getting the 3D working. In my second run that I was able to get Cinnamon working, I did not like how it initially appeared. Now, and that's because I didn't install GNOME. This time I'm going to do that to see if it provides me with a different result. So I'm going to issue the command pacman-s GNOME in here, and we're going to go ahead and install that. And of course it wants to install a bunch of packages. It's going to add yet another 123 megs, and to have Cinnamon, I think it wanted to put close to 400 since the previous install. So we're going to go yes, and we will let this compile and install for us. Okay, that didn't take as long as I thought it was going to take. Alright, so let's proceed further. Let's exit out of root. And now, since I am using the Slim Login Manager, it uses xinitrc for starting X. So, I'm going to use nano, if I learn how to type, dot xinitrc. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to scroll down here, and I'm going to comment this line out. The exec.ck launch session dbus launch openbox session. I'm just going to comment that one out. And we're going to add a new line. And that's this one down here. exec.ck launch session GNOME session Cinnamon. Then Alt-X to exit, Y, and Enter, and that file is now saved. Okay, now we can go ahead and close this. Alright, I'm going to readjust my camera size here, and then we will reboot this thing, and, well, not reboot, we just need to log out. Exit, log out. Alright, I've logged out and logged back in, and looky what we have here. We have Cinnamon running. And if you'll look here, I already picked a nice theme, and this one is called the Dark Glass theme. Let me go ahead and pull up the settings control panel here so that you can see what I'm talking about here. Alright, and if you look into themes, you will see that we've got a number of them here. I thought there was more than this. My bad for not remembering. I chose Dark Glass. It already came with the cinnamon preloaded on it. And so, if you want a detailed description of what cinnamon is, I have already done a review on that. Check my channel. I just did that yesterday, I think, or the day before. I can't remember. I'm getting mixed up with time here. But I am counting down to my 200th episode, and you'll surely want to see that one. Okay, if you thought this was useful, please comment and subscribe. Google+, Facebook, and Twitter me, and I will keep you up to date every time I upload a new video here on Spatry's Cup of Linux. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'd like to welcome all of my new subscribers. If you have any questions or comments, put them down here. I'll try my best to answer them, and if I don't know the answer, I'll at least try and point you in the right direction. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time.